Givat Haviva Educational Foundation in New York. And I feel very, very honored not only to be here today, but also to be the MC. Harry, let me just preface that I'm not going to talk about Givat Haviva. That I'm leaving for my colleague Yaniv Sagi at the end. He's one of the speakers. I just want to say a few words about Harry, a man that unfortunately I never met face to face. The one time that, not the one time, but one of the times that Harry called me and said, "Linda, we're coming to New York next week." I said, "Oh no, Harry, I'm leaving the day before you're coming on vacation to Amsterdam," and there was no way for me to change it. And I had numerous phone calls with Harry over the years. I've been involved in Givat Haviva for 15 years, and I would think probably 10 or 12 out of the 15 years I had steady phone conversations with Harry. Harry, I don't know if you remember the invitation that you got, there's a little picture of Harry standing with 3 other men in front of our Peace Library. It's a little plaque that unfortunately in the picture you couldn't see. We wouldn't have had that Peace Library if it wasn't for Harry. Harry donated all the money to build this building, and when the building was finished and we wanted to put the plaque up on the building, Harry said straightforward, you're not naming this library for me." And we were all flabbergasted. "What do you mean?" Because we're used to American donors, and rightfully so. If they're giving the money to build something, they want their name on that building. Harry would not let us put his name on that building. The library was dedicated to 2 of his very good friends from Kibbutz Chatzor in Israel. And he just about let us write on the bottom, "Donated by Harry and Marilyn Cagin." We had to fight for him to do that. And that's the way I remember Harry. Harry as this modest man who whenever we would say, "Harry, we want to come and see you. We want to come and thank you. We want to come and see you." And he would say, "No way. It's too expensive. Don't spend the money. You don't have to come to see me." And I remember one time there was one of my Israeli colleagues who said, "Forget it. I'm telling Harry I have other meetings and I'm going to see him." And we said that. We said, "Harry, we have some other meetings," and he went to see him. And it's because of Harry today, the Givat Haviva Educational Foundation is succeeding in to do a lot of its, what should I say, revamping work, where if it wasn't for Harry and what he has done and given to us that we didn't expect that we would ever receive, we would be in extremely difficult financial times today. Now, Harry died right before the financial crisis, and Harry gave both to Givat Haviva and the ACLU of Ohio a tremendous contribution that has kept us going. And the only thing I can say is that I'm really sorry that I couldn't say thank you to Harry, that we had no idea. I know the day that I got the letter and said that a donor of mine from Cleveland, Ohio has left you some money, please call me, from the lawyer of the estate. I sat at my desk, because I don't have to tell you what the figures were saying to me, but I sat at my desk shaking, literally shaking, because even though it didn't say the name Harry Cagin, I knew right away it was Harry Cagin. And I just could not believe from this modest man who gave us enough in his lifetime, when he was alive, did what he did, which has made us survive today in this economic crisis. So I'm really honored to be here today, and I'm so happy that all of you are here also. And with that, I will little speech, and I'd like to invite Ronna Sherman, Harry's niece, to say a few words.
It is my pleasure to represent Harry's family today. The Nature Center is the perfect setting for this celebration of Harry Cagin. He owned and maintained over 50 acres of land in Twinsburg, which was a great source of enjoyment to him. He obviously loved nature. Harry was a lifelong learner. He was a graduate of Case Institute of Technology. After graduation, he researched topics of interest and became an expert on many subjects. Harry learned how to maintain his acreage. For example, he used his expertise to build a bridge over the waterfall and construct a barn to house his equipment. He also taught himself to play the recorder and was in a group of musicians who played Baroque music. Before going to Russia to visit his relatives, he taught himself Russian in order to communicate with them. The list of things he taught himself and learned from others could go on and on. Harry was also a teacher. He taught calculus at Fenn College, now Cleveland State University. Harry encouraged us to learn through formal education, the arts, or life experiences. Whether it was ice skating, skiing, going to concerts, plays, or the ballet, he was always there to guide us and share his knowledge. Harry would have liked that the two organizations to which he felt a strong commitment were honoring him with an afternoon about educating youth. I encourage you all to celebrate Harry Cagin by enjoying and learning this afternoon. Thank you.